Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Evening Brew Podcast. Today, I have with me Bigdbangla. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? Everybody that's listening, welcome. This is my first time doing this, so I'm excited. Let's get on with it.
We're glad to have you on the podcast, bro. Today, what I basically wanted to do is you don't see everyday people, that getting into music, especially, and if they do, it's more about classical Bangla music. For the people who don't know, like, who are you and everything, would you like to give yourself a short introduction?
I'm Iffat, that's my real name, Iffat. I'm from Singapore. I grew up in Singapore like all my life. I started to get into music last year, but I had a history of classical Bangla music when I was younger, and I used to act in Coolidge Natokhoy, those little natoks. I used to do that. I used to be very creative, artsy kind of guy. I used to draw, paint, sing, dance. When I was 10 years old, I performed. I was very into Michael Jackson. So if you go back to my Facebook pictures, or you go back to my Instagram, if you scroll, you can see one picture where I'm full in Michael Jackson outfit, and I'm dancing, and I was 10 years old. So basically singing, dancing, acting, everything has been part of me since I was young. So that's who I am. But that's my hobby and passion. That's what I do when I'm free. But on the other hand, what I was past 4 years actually, what I've been studying is nautical studies, which is mariner, in 2018, for one whole year, I was working at a container ship. So my ship used to go to Bangladesh, Dubai, China. I used to, my life was so different 2 years ago. So right now I'm doing national service in Singapore, which is 2 years of it's the army, police, firefighter, or paramedic. So I'm a paramedic for 2 years, which is compulsory for every Singaporean male. That's what I'm going through right now. And in the meantime, I'm also studying maritime business. So a lot of things happening, but that's just part of life, man.
Fun fact that you say that is that, how you're one of my cousin, he's probably 30 up, and he's actually he's a merchant navy, chemical tanker. He works and he's there's the captain, I think, and he's in the second position. And
chief officer.
Yeah, chief officer. Yeah. And it's a really hard job, man. He comes up, he comes after 6 months, and he's just I'm gonna sleep all 6 months because he's just damn tired.
Yeah, dude. When I was a cadet, I feel being a deck cadet is one of the worst things I have had to go through in my entire life. So the work hours were crazy, man. You never know when you're gonna arrive the port, or your ship is outside land at the middle of the sea, in Anchorage, just waiting for immigration to clear. You don't know when you're gonna reach home, when you're gonna get internet, Wi-Fi. So there was a lot of waiting when I was at sea, when I was deck cadet. But one of the things that kept me company was making music, writing, listening to music. Music really, was the one thing that kept me company during those times. So yeah, that was crazy, man. Those days when I used to sail.
But how did you maintain it? Didn't you think that, for example, didn't you get the thought, how can I maintain from maintaining music and then also working here and everything? Do you think you would take the music as a career, as a main career? Do you think you can do it? Do you have any plans on that?
For me, when I was at sea, I just did it out of hobby. Even when I came back from sea, when I was in Singapore, I took it as a hobby. I was still in school while Bengali Sauce was released. Actually, after a few weeks before Bengali Sauce was released, it was my exams. 2 weeks after Bengali Sauce was released, it was my exams period. It was mid-year exam, and I was going through so much, man. At that point of time, I was in school, I was doing a lot of things at the same time. I was being involved in the Singapore Bangladesh youth community events and stuff like that. So a lot of things was going on actually, but somehow I managed it. I don't know how. And for as far as music is concerned, it was a hobby back then. It's still a hobby to me now. Like I don't take it too seriously because it's not like a sustainable career, But I feel like doing music, like it's not like back in the days where you get legitimate money out of music because you actually sell your music in a proper way with like CDs and stuff like that. You can earn more revenue, but now it's digital, YouTube streaming, those things really downplay a lot of things when it comes to sale of music. So you can't really have it as a sustainable career, but it helps with a lot of things. Music really helps with like the brand you create and stuff like that. Like example, you want to create a brand, you want to sell merch or whatever, you can do it through music. So yeah, so I never really took music seriously, but it's something that keeps me sane. Like some people like to play soccer, hockey, or like basketball. So music's like my that thing that keeps me alive,
Yeah.
I would say.
Like apart from the serious things, sometimes I see like you have a lot of friends who also do music. Like, how did it feel like growing up in Singapore, meeting these people? What was the experience like? How would you say that?
The guys that I met in Singapore, like for them also, it's like everybody's going through the same thing, bro. Like most of us here, like in Singapore, like it's even I would say even in Bangladesh too, like being an artist, like it's not really sustainable, like you don't really get money out of it. Like we're just doing it because we love it. Like we don't do this for the money, or we don't do this for like the fame or whatever, because Singapore itself is already a very small country. Like it's so small, like you can't even find Singapore in the world map. That's how small it is, and like we don't do it for like the wrong thing. We just do it because we love it. And I feel like that's what it is for most of the artists in Singapore. It's like a sense of community, like a feeling where like all of us we're doing it for the same reasons, and like it's nice, but at the same time it's like there's only so much we can do, like there's we can do so much to the point where we hit a ceiling of success, like is like nobody has made it big overseas, like they've only done so much in Singapore where I don't know, man. I've not seen any Singaporean artists like progress overseas, unless they're like they do other languages, or like they're multilingual or whatnot. But in Singapore, it's just everybody's doing the same thing. Like most of them are schooling or doing a 9-to-5 job. That's how it is in Singapore. For like that's what I see most of the time.
It's tough, it's because it's like there's this concept of even to some extent I used to think this, but then through realizations I realized it is that everybody thinks that you get into music because of all these people, like all these rappers flexing money. They think that it's just a booming industry. Everybody who gets into it just can get into that money hype and everything. Like what is your opinion on like all the people thinking like making music can actually make you boom and everything? Like
I feel like a lot of rappers, they sell like this fake imagery. Like they everything is like, because I know a lot of people in the industry, and I've seen like firsthand, like people out here, like a lot of rappers out here, like they don't really, first of all, like even myself, like I'm guilty of it. Like we don't rap the things that we live, we're just rapping about like imaginary things that in our head that we see ourselves doing in whatever world we've created. And we're not selling real life shit. I mean, like if you wanna hear some real shit, you can listen to like there's rappers for that, like Kendrick or J. Cole or stuff, or like rappers like them. But a lot of rappers that to make it mainstream, when I see them, like a lot of mainstream rappers, like they sell like a fake perception of reality, like the chains, the grills, money, cars or whatnot, holes. I mean, like even for myself, like I rapped about rickshaw full of holes and stuff like that, but at that point of time, I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like I had hoes, like, you know, like I had people hitting me up, I had mad girls around me. Like at one point, you know, I've never sat in a rickshaw with a full of hoes,
Yeah.
but at one point I felt like I had hoes. That's what, you know, that's what I felt, and that's what I like said
It's
it
just
I put it in my music, you know. And yeah, basically that's what I feel about like rap music now, and like after being an artist and like making songs and shit like that, you know.
it's like the whole vibe. You know, you feel like a boss and everything.
Yeah.
Like, but
Bro, it's a thing where like when I say some shit, like you see, I felt like I had a rickshaw full of hoes, right? And I said it in the track, and that song goes booming or whatsoever. And people, when people listen to that, they feel the vibe too. They get in the mode, they get in the zone where they think that they have a rickshaw full of hoes. It's like that, bro. It's the same thing where like when Future, you know, Future when he sings Percocet, Molly Percocet, rep the set, gotta, you know, I bet nobody, like people when they sing that shit, nobody has ever even seen a Molly or Percocet in their life, but they still sing it with their heart out, you know, you get what I mean?
it's just the vibe. It's just the vibe, you know.
It's just the vibe.
Yeah.
Bro, even I'll give you another example. In Playboy Carti, in New York, I Millie Rock, you know, that song.
Yeah.
Where he says like I've never been to New York before, but that song is in my ringtone. Like in New York, I'm really rock. I did in my song. Like that song is in my ringtone. But I've never been to New York, and you know, it's just the vibe, you know.
Bro, like apart from that, like after like Bengali was a hit, how did it feel? Like, you know, all the fans coming up or people just hitting you up, and like what is behind the scenes? Like, what was your reaction about everything? How did you feel?
At first, I'm not gonna lie, like at one point it got too difficult to handle, you know, like with the day when it got released, like actually it's not even the day before it got released, like 2 days before the song was released, my Instagram got suspended. Like that's something not many people remember, because if people from that time, like 1 year ago, like were still following me now, they would remember that 2 days before my song got released, my Instagram got suspended. I think people mass reported it, and then after that it was just so stressful, man. Like I was okay, so my Instagram got suspended, then the song got released, then I started getting a lot of attention, show after show, people coming to the shows, people supporting me, and I don't know, man, like at first it was good, you know, people showing me love, but it comes to a point where like you start to forget who you are. You get what I mean? Like you get so clouded. Like I was at one point I was so clouded by this false sense of reality that I forgot who I was, and I started to treat the people around me. No, not treat. I used to take them for granted. That's what I would say. Like it was not a nice feeling, man. Like there were good times and there were bad times. Like when it came to this fame shit, you know. Like even though it was at a small level, but it was still real, man. Like I don't know if I handled it well, but looking back at it, it taught me a lot of good lessons. Like, you know, I don't regret going through what I went through last year, but it was really, if I could put it into a simple sentence, I would say that it was the best of times and the worst of times.
But like, what was the reaction of like your Bengali relatives and everything? Like what?
I mean, for them, all of them were like happy for me, man. Like everybody around me, like even my aunties, my parents, close friends, you know, their kids, just pichi pola pain. Like whenever I go to dawats and stuff, like they used to sing my song, and they used to like they used to like come up to me and ask me like, how do you make this song and shit like that. So like it was a nice feeling, you know, when I see people that I grew up with, or like people around me, they start appreciating like the music I've made. So, you know, it was a nice feeling when it came to them, you know.
Like there was this one story, like I think last year, you came in Bangladesh, and I did text you about the tickets and everything. You were supposed to hold a concert, and then I was so hyped, man. I was so hyped because I was like, bro, that's gonna be a dope. But then I was like,
Bro, trust me, bro, that show would have been crazy, because I was not only performing Bengali, so I was performing all my new music. and that shit goes way harder. But that show got cancelled because of the police and stuff like that.
That's so sad, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
I had my expectations real high. I was like, that night, it's just gonna go down. Like, it's more like, did you ever like get the thought that, like, what was like, did you ever get the thought that because of the backlash, did you ever regret doing any of it? Did you ever regret saying the things that you say in your music, or did you regret this thing, like, because of the backlash, because of people saying this and that?
I don't know, man. Like, I never really had feelings of regret, because everything that has happened in my life until now, since I was young, like, I take it as though as like a lesson, It's either a blessing or a lesson. Like, the people that I've met or things that I've achieved, it's either like I saw this quote on the internet like a few months ago, or like it said something like the person you meet in your life, they're either a blessing or a lesson. So that's just how I take things like in my life right now, because I don't want to like live a life full of regrets and stuff like that, because that's not a nice feeling to be living. Like, when you do that to yourself, you feel like you're in a box and like you get suffocated with thoughts and shit like that. So I don't think I have any regrets, man. Like, I really appreciate everything that has happened so far. I just hope there's more to this, and more blessings and more shit that I can do with this passion that I have.
Oh, out of all of your track, which one do you think you like the best?
The one that I like the best, it has to be like songs that's not released yet. So one of the songs that I really like, it's the successor to Bengali Sauce, but it's not going to be released right after. It's not going to be the next song. It's probably going to be the next one. It's called Chup Karo.
All right, I like that. A bit of sneak peek for the Evening Brew gang. Hey.
Bro, that song is I feel like the bars, so animated, and like, I don't know, man, like, I can't wait for people to hear that song, because that song is some real vibes. Like, you will feel like you're in Hawaii, you're just vibing, and the bounce to it is so, I don't know how to describe it. So you feel like a Mexican mafia, like
Yeah.
just, I don't know. That's all I can say. Like, that's the whole vibe of it, and the bars on it, those are my favorite, man. Like that song Chup Karo, just, you remember this name, man, Chup Karo. And this song would be for the haters. This song would definitely, it's for the haters. It's for the people that didn't believe in me. It's all in that song. It's like just Chup Karo,
I think I really like the remixes, like the Roxanne remix, bro. That was a hit. I liked it a lot.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, and then there was another one which was
the Bacha, I can't remember the song.
It was
Boro Loke Vetiro.
that was a funny track. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty funny track. Yeah. Like, those game music, like people just listen to it for like the fun and everything. Like yeah. Like it's like the remixes they hit, bro. Like the Roxanne remix, it was just something else. Like the whole vibe of the thing, like it was crazy. Like,
thanks, bro. Thanks.
It's just like, do you think that like, do you have any plans, like maybe because of this COVID or something, maybe in a year or something, do you have any big plans of making, like, doing a concert in like Dhaka or something?
I don't know about concert, man. Like, my situation right now is like, definitely, like, I don't think I can be in Dhaka in the next 2 years. Like, that's how bad it is. Because firstly, like, COVID has impacted not only like tours and stuff like that, but travel. Like, even traveling around this country is so difficult with the travel laws and stuff like that. I don't think I can even go to Bangladesh in the next 2 years. And not only that, because I'm also serving my national service, so that's gonna be very difficult. But at the same time, like, I have plans of releasing music, like that's for sure. Because I was supposed to film a music video just before lockdown, man. Like, I didn't even know the lockdown was gonna happen in Singapore, and then they right smack. I remember it was April 4th, I think, hit the lockdown in Singapore, and everything was just like gone, like just like that. Like, my music video that I was planning, like, actually the song was supposed to be out by May or June, if I'm not wrong. But everything was just gone, man. Like it just took a huge toll on not only like music industry, like everywhere. After lockdown, I was directly enlisted in the national service. So I was in like military camp, you can say, for like 3 months. Then I went out in August. Then September, October. Right now I'm in as a medic. So that's just what has been happening like the past few months after COVID. So yeah, like for music wise, I'm trying to get together a music video by the end of this year, and beginning of next year I will slowly roll out. So that's the plan for now.
Is there like any Bengali hip hop artists that you like, or anyone? I think I can name a few. For example, if you know Bangla is there. They're pretty out in the scene. Vlims has got into the scene a few maybe months ago or something. So like yeah. So do you think, like, what do you think of their art, like music? Do you think like for example Bangla, for example? What do you think of them?
Yeah, I don't have any thoughts on Bangla, man. Like, I just feel like they're good at creating a vibe. They're good at creating visuals. I feel like that's what they're really good at. Rapping wise, I have nothing much to say because I don't really know them. But I feel like we need people like them in the culture. In Bangla hip hop, because it's groups like these that actually push the boundaries. Like nobody's doing it like them. Like some they might have haters, they might have supporters, but one thing everybody can agree on, that nobody's doing it like them. And not only that, like for Vlims, Shafayat also, bro, he's one of the guys that I would say I'm close to, because I often, like not often, like sometimes I talk to him on the phone and stuff like that. I met him in December in Bangladesh, and he's really a nice guy, and he's a really good, I would say, a good friend of mine. And it's with him also, like he pushes the boundaries when it comes to visuals. Like I feel like these guys are really, really, really good at like their music videos, and even not only Bangla hip hop, man. Like I would say kinetic music. Like the whole like Musa, Nish, Mumsy, they're really, I'm actually working with kinetic music. Like I'm planning the head of kinetic music, Hafiz by like he has. I mean, we've not had anything concrete down yet, but when it comes to direction and like advice, like he's been giving me a lot of like advice, and soon enough, when I get this next music video done, like that, it will be out through them, hopefully next year, man. Like I would say that's what I feel so far about like the Bangla, not only hip hop industry, like music industry.
I think there's always this one thing. I feel like like in Bangladesh, like they like the classical music or this similar type of music keeps on going and going. Yeah, the thing that you said, we need people like them, like who has to do things, who have to go in the uncharted lands and actually try out things, like, because I see a lot of people hating on them, like major hate, but like I feel like just keep on going. I feel like a lot of people like them. For example, their song Chamela Night is totally a blast. Like exam report time, like you just get you just come from your job and you get a vacation, just Chamela Night on, and Chamela Night.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like a lot of the thing about Bangla music, right? It's so, like, how do I put it in a way? Like everybody, when somebody makes like something good, some good music, like the first thing Bangladesh, like general public, what they do is find ways to hate on it. Like that's one, like even not even for music, man, like even for like content creators like Rafsan, Rafsan the Chotobai, he put out like a video. I think it was like a vlog a month ago, and within 10 minutes it got 10 minutes or 1 hour, I can't remember the timing, it got taken down immediately because people were mass reporting it for no reason, like because he had some stupid haters that were reporting it, and then even now, like a day ago, I think he made a video with this another food blogger Kudalatse.
Yeah.
So and they said and maybe I have not watched it yet, but I see people saying that she made a comment about BTS, So and then the BTS fans start hating on them and shit like that. Like I just feel like the Bangladesh general public, they need to have a change of mind, with when it comes to like content, when they consume content, like they should stop with the hate, and they should like welcome things with an open arm and be more open-minded, And
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people, right, a lot of the general public, when they see content, right, they try to like bring religion into it, they say, oh, this is not Islamic and stuff like that. But in the same tongue, when they say it's not Islamic, they're cursing it, they're cursing it, and they are using vulgar language to condemn content creators or music, and with like, how can you like do that? Like they like that's very hypocritical. You get what I mean?
This thing, like the hate culture in Bangladesh, it's a very, very big controversy.
Like I would say, like, okay, let me give you another example. When Salman Muqtadir, when he made that Obodro Prem, if I'm not wrong, there's a lyric. There's a song. That song, I don't know anything from specifically, but all I know, it was like a very sexual kind of song and stuff like that. But I feel like nobody has done that at that point of time, right? And instead of like the same people, right, that were like talking shit about it and stuff like that, the same people, like they probably watch porn or like treat their woman badly or like comment sexual stuff in females comment sections, or like send like cat call women, or like send disgusting DMs to women. So these are the same people like hating on music video, doing this kind of thing. Like it just doesn't make any sense, man. Like that's all I feel about like general public. Like they need to have an open mind when it comes to really consuming content, because they themselves they need to fix themselves first before they say something regarding content creators.
It's just unfortunate seeing, like, I feel like, like there are so many talented people out there. There are so many things that doing things differently. They don't get the hype because like people, like, I think you don't know, or like people like TikTokers get more hyped than people who are doing actual good things.
Yeah, dude. Like those Rastar Polapain, their hair dyed, and then they're like creating nuisance and like just blocking traffic, starting fights in public. Like these idiots are getting so much popularity for no reason. Like this guy Oppu Bhai or some shit.
We know.
Rafsan made a video about him, so I saw that shit and I was like, bro, these guys are idiots, man. Like straight up idiots, and they're getting more hype than actual talented people. So
like, they say that they represent Bangladesh. Like that just killed me. I was like, bro, that's just, nah, that's just too far-fetched. Like there's a reach. No way. Like the fact that but they get the hype. Like I feel like these people are who are ruining the youth of like Bangladesh. Like majority of the people look up to these guys. Like they look up to these guys. Like what? Like can you imagine this? Like it's just,
bro. I feel like Bangladesh. A lot of it is mob mentality, man. They see a guy doing stupid stuff like out of the ordinary. Because, bro, if you think about it, you know what Bangladesh is going through right now?
What?
If I'm being honest, is the same thing America went through 3 years ago with Lil Pump, Boom Gang.
Yeah.
Bro, it's the same thing. It's the same thing where people go up to like on Instagram or like TikTok or whatever and start doing pranks or like start causing public nuisance, like standing in front of tables and like screaming and doing crazy stuff. Like that's literally what Lil Pump, Boom Gang, Tekashi 6ix9ine, that's what they did, back then. And that's the same thing happening right now. Like they're doing the 6ix9ine thing, like dyeing their hair rainbow and stuff like that. It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. So I feel like when you, bro, slowly it will go away. It will obviously go away slowly. It's just in a matter of time, man. Like, but at the same time, you know, it's the integrity of social media and like and musicians that are being thrown down the drain here. Because right now nobody gives a shit about music in Bangladesh, or like how do I say it? Like back then, like there are rock bands like Black and rock legends like what's the guy's name? I think he's I can't remember, man. Like he sang this song Eka Kashe Tara Tui Ek. Do you know that song?
Are you talking about James?
James. Like people like James, like John Kabir, like these are renowned like legends in Bangladesh music scene. It's just like right now we don't have legendary people yet because the public is not prioritizing them. You know, like we had pop stars like Tasan, Habib and stuff like that. But now they're just all doing acting and stuff like that, and like venturing into other stuff, and like there's no up and coming musicians that I see in the local scene, you know. Like I see like people from the overseas like Musa, Nish, they're from UK and America, but you know, like nobody's championing the local artists and like, or even like overseas people or people like, you know, the guys that I've mentioned, like nobody's championing us enough. You get what I mean? And they're focusing on all these retards, like trying to act like Lil Pump and 6ix9ine and on TikTok.
I think it's definitely improving. Like Team Skane, I don't know if you know them or not. Samir Skane, he's also trying to spread awareness. Like we're getting better. We're always getting better. Like I feel like the artists just need to keep hustling, just believe in themselves. And there are people who actually like are willing to actually support the creators and everything. So yeah, we just need to be a bit patient.
Yeah, but I feel like another thing Bangladesh needs to, like, how do I say it? Like we need to. I feel like everybody in the artist community needs to come together and like protect our art, because I feel like a lot of shit on a lot of music that's on YouTube that it gets bootlegged and like it gets like pirated. You know, the artists don't necessarily make music out of like their art. I mean, they don't necessarily make money out of their music. So that's like a problem I see. And like even performing, you know, like the government has so much restrictions. You know, I couldn't even perform the last time that I came. I feel like we need to set up proper avenues where artists can actually perform, and like and people who actually appreciate the art can, you know, support. You know, we can like set up like concerts and stuff like that in a proper way, and not like just Rasta actor stage. Like, you know, people just put a stage there and then people just sing out of nowhere, and then like people don't even like, you know, pay the artists and stuff like that. I just want to see like more of like concerts in Bangladesh, man. That's what I hope to see
Like
in the future.
yeah, like
You know.
It'll happen. I feel like as time passes by, people will actually get, like, people are entering that scene. People are slowly understanding, and like ours, like even you, like when like with with your guys' influence, right? If you guys do come in Bangladesh, if you guys do create that hype, the pressure, obviously some people will take or create opportunities for you all. I feel like that will happen, and it's not like because already the conventions that exist ওগুলো অনেক expensive, like army stadium like অনেক টাকা invest করে you have to do a concert or something. I think that like you might not even make the revenue, like you might not even get profit. Like hiring the place, like a জায়গা hire করে if you want to do a concert, ওইটা loss হয়ে যাবে to do that concert. You know what I'm saying? So we need to
that's what I feel, bro. Like we need to set up like an art center. You get what I mean? Like a hall, arena, like something simple, so that, you know, people can actually perform. And I mean, as for myself, I don't know, man. Like I feel like once COVID is over and I have more time and everything, bro, I just want to go crazy and with the hype and stuff. Like I feel like I just want the youth, like kids like us, like me and you, to get excited over shit like this again. Like I feel like in Singapore, I've been to so much clubs, and I've been in the mosh pits, and I felt the energy. I've been to like concert. Last year, I was in a club for Jaden Smith concert, and like people were just moshing and just going crazy, like to like Jaden Smith songs and shit like that. And it was just like a whole vibe, man. Like I want to bring that whole vibe into Bangladesh. Like that's my goal. I want to be like the Travis Scott of Bangladesh. Like that's the goal. The Drake, Travis Scott of Bangladesh, bro. That's the goal, man. That's the goal.
Inshallah, man. Inshallah, man. I hope that happens. And bro, I gotta be on one of those concerts, bro. You bet you.
Bro,
like,
don't worry, I got you, bro. I got you. Hopefully soon enough, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man, for actually sharing your opinions and everything for the podcast. We really appreciate you coming over here and talking to me and like everything. And yeah, is there anything you would like to say to the Evening Brew podcast?
No problem, bro. Like I enjoyed, having this conversation. I feel like we spoke about a lot of things that I don't really say often in other interviews or podcasts. Or not many people ask me. So I feel like we pushed the conversation. Like we talked about things like concerts in Bangladesh and stuff like that, and like basically generally the scene and what needs to happen, what needs to go. And I feel like this conversation, I hope people actually listen and they can take a thing or two and like maybe spread the word. So I'm really grateful for having this conversation with you, man. Like thank you for having me here, man.
Really appreciate it, man. So thank you everybody for listening to the episode. I hope you guys tune in for the Q&A. So this has been the Evening Brew, and thank you for listening.